Welcome back to another Manc Entrepreneur YouTube channel episode where we'll be looking at it's another Mondays Don't Suck episode. It's Monday, and yeah, it's time for us to take a look at Monday. And as I've always said, if you've got a problem with Monday, it's not Monday's fault. It's whatever it is that you're doing with your Monday, which is the problem. Hope you had a great weekend. And as always, going to kick things off with a bit of a look back at what happened last week, what we got coming up this week, and then, as you can probably guess in the title, the main subject of the day. So with that said, let's get the old calendar up. Last week was quite a busy one. Wednesday, I actually had a catch up with Theo here in Manchester. Theo from Sports Chain, who you've seen a few times. He's been working on some cool things down in Wolverhampton. Hoping to go and see him at some point in Wolverhampton and sort of share what he's been up to there. And yeah, on Thursday, John Hayes and Matt came up to Manchester. We spent a lot of the day again planning on things with the business, and yeah, we had a really good meeting. I find we have set some new targets, some new sort of direction, new strategy, and yeah, it's exciting times. We've got lots of cool things to be working on, lots of nice things coming up. Which is kicking off today. Like, as soon as I finish this video, me and Matt are back in truly in planning mode for this week. So that'll be interesting. Friday was just a normal day, and then weekend. So yeah, that's pretty much was last week. Now this week is quite quiet, I would say, in that it's great because I'm not going anywhere up to now. No. Yeah, I'm here all week this week, and yeah, so it's just a great week to get things done. Hopefully get a lot of recording done, a lot of planning, hopefully rolling out a new project which I tried rolling out with Matt about a year and a half ago, and for whatever reason it didn't come about. And then again through the chat with John, he was like, why you just sat on it? We get it moving. So yeah, it makes total sense. I seem to have forgot about it. So that needs a quick turnaround as well due to the timings involved. So that again will take some time up this week. And yeah, and then I actually have a wedding next this coming weekend as well, which I'm really looking forward to. Really good, really nice guy I went to school with, very clever guy. He's getting married, and yeah, so looking forward to this weekend as well. That should be good. Now, on to the main subject of the day. And unless you've been sort of living under a rock for the past few weeks, there's a fight coming up, a boxing match coming up between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. And the reason that I say if you've been living under a rock is because this fight is everywhere. You cannot miss it. Hey Vlad, nice to see you. I see you in the live chat there. Yeah, the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight coming up, and this is what amazes me about this fight is like literally everybody's talking about it, and there's a few things that I think businesses can learn from the marketing involved here. So when we think about marketing a business, marketing products, the fundamentals are essentially the same as to what's going on with the McGregor-Mayweather fight. So as an umbrella rule to sort of marketing and sales, the key is to make your target customers feel something. And it's emotions. You want them to feel emotionally involved. And that is something which a lot of businesses fail to do because they may find that they may feel personally that their products are boring, that how can you make someone feel emotional about scissors, for example. I understand. Yeah, it's not always easy. But the thing that gets me about the McGregor-Mayweather fight is that I know people who have no interest, zero interest in boxing or in MMA, but they are interested in this fight. And there's a few reasons for that, which is one I want to talk about today and try and break down the fundamentals to why this fight has gotten so much attention, why it will break box office records, why it will be the most watched fight in the world, why it will break pay-per-view records, and try and think of how these sort of 3 to 4 ways, 3 to 4 reasons can actually help you in your business and help you find out how you can market your business, market your products a little bit better. So bear in mind that you have to, it's an emotional thing. You have to make people give a shit. That's basically what we're talking about. Now, when we're thinking about this, the Mayweather-McGregor fight is the fight. Obviously, it's a meeting of two worlds, which you've got the boxing fans and you've got the MMA fans. And then you've also got the fans who don't really like either, but are somehow bought into this whole hype. The key here is that you have to appeal to both. So as you know, you have to, as someone who's selling products, you have to appeal to either the die-hard fans of a product or the experienced users of a product, as well as the new people, the people who haven't used your product before. You need to appeal to as much of your target market as possible. Now, again, I can't get too specific with this because obviously that's going to be different for every single product out there. But think about no one should know your product better than you do. How do you make that attractive to people who already know about it and people who've never heard about it? You will have to take different angles to each section of the market, but bear that in mind. You know, you think about the press conferences with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I know there's people out there who had no idea who Conor McGregor was. But as soon as that press conference was done, they knew exactly who Conor McGregor was. They knew exactly what he was about and, you know, what type of person he is. Most people would have heard of Floyd Mayweather. He's been around a lot longer and obviously he's undefeated in the boxing world. But still, you see, you have to appeal. You have to sort of appeal to both the diehard fans, the professional, the people who know the industry you're talking about, and the casuals, the people who haven't come across it before or don't know that much about it. How can you apply your marketing to both sets of people? Next up is newsjacking. Now, this is something which I'm a fan of. You may have seen me. I am guilty of this a little bit on the channel. So you'll see me, you know, last year I did, what is Black Friday, what is Cyber Monday, before about a month before they actually happened. There's a good reason for that, because I wanted YouTube to show me up in the search results, get some views in and become more relevant, because I knew that's what people would be looking for. I did exactly the same with Prime Day not too long ago. And basically you jump on the back of news, which is what people are talking about. And it's not as difficult as it may sound. Now, there's a few things which you should definitely avoid. How best to word this? Like tragedies, catastrophes around the world, natural disasters, things like that. Stay clear of them. Don't jump on the back of them. That and death. People dying, again, not a great thing to jump on the back on. It can look a little bit desperate and it's not nice. But everything else is largely fair game. So again, if you were selling, fighting equipment, boxing gloves, sparring aids, whatever it may be, if you were in this sort of fight industry right now, your marketing must be 100% behind this boxing match. You'd be crazy not to jump on the back of that. Gum shields, water bottles. If I was a personal trainer, I'd be doing like how to go 12 3-minute rounds. Stuff like that. Yeah, you would jump on the back of this hype. How to cut weight efficiently, all that type of stuff. Because that is what people are looking for right now. This Mayweather-McGregor fight is everywhere. But if you are working in products, which obviously this is totally unrelated, then you have to find your own thing which you can jump on the back of. Sometimes you have to think a little bit outside the box in order to make it relevant. It's still 100% doable. And just, again, think a little bit differently. If it's not obvious, how can you make it related somehow? Newsjacking is incredibly powerful. As I've used it a few times, and usually when I use it, that's when most views get to that's the videos which get the most views on the channel. It can be the same for you. And again, creating content purposefully for the process of newsjacking is 100% a good thing to do. And like I said, it's a perfect task for an outsourcer as well. If you have an outsourced member of staff, get them to write blog posts, you know, even like detail a video plan that you can record, who knows. But newsjacking is certainly a thing. And like, whilst Mayweather and McGregor haven't done that because they are the news, the chances of you being the news are slim. So you have to jump on the back of what someone else is doing for your business or for your products. Next up is shareable content. And this, again, goes hand in hand with the newsjacking piece. If anyone has been on social media for this past week, 2 weeks, you'll see clips from every single one of the press conferences that Mayweather and McGregor did. They're just getting shared. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some great sound bites. Conor McGregor is fantastic at, you know, with a microphone. And for that reason, his stuff gets shared about. And then people make GIFs of it, and people, you know, repurpose the content. And, you know, Mayweather fans will do one thing, McGregor fans will do the other, but it just gets shared everywhere. And again, there's no perfect formula for viral content. The key to viral content is content that people want to share and interact with. It's as simple as that. So again, if you can create content for your business, for your products, which doesn't have to be funny, doesn't have to be entertaining, but if it gets people to share the message, if it tells a story, which is exactly what Mayweather and McGregor are doing. You know, Mayweather's undefeated. McGregor thinks he's going to dominate boxing. These are two very interesting stories, which at the heart have got people interested. And that's what is so compelling about this. How can you tell a story about your product, about your business? Remember, features and benefits. You know, yes, they're having a boxing match is the feature. The benefit is we're going to find out who is better. And telling that story, why Conor McGregor may be better, why Floyd Mayweather may be better, that's what gets people excited. Bring that to your products, bring that to your business. And finally, I'm going to repeat the first one because I think it's that important. You have to make people care. You have to make people care. Deep down, like I said, most purchases are on an emotional level. You have to be somewhat emotionally involved. You must really want something. You must love a product in order to spend money on it. Now, that's not the case for the lower priced items. That is obviously going to be much more of an impulse buy, where it's not warranting the emotional exchange. It's like, oh yeah, I'll buy that. It's not a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. Decision made. For the bigger purchases, you need the emotional buy-in. You need people to care. And that's exactly what Mayweather and McGregor have done so well throughout this past, you know, through all the, you know, and you still see it now, even though the press releases have stopped, you know, you've got rumors coming out that McGregor got knocked out in sparring. You've got people saying that Floyd Mayweather's hands can't hold up to 12 rounds anymore. You know, there's all these rumors, these stories coming out, and people are buying into this. It makes the story that more compelling. And of course, you know, Mayweather and McGregor themselves are perfect salespeople. Like, if you look at the stats, Mayweather should win. It's a boxing match. Conor's skills, you've basically taken away 90% of his arsenal and left him just his hands. Mayweather should win. He's undefeated. He's had 49 professional fights, undefeated. However, and this is the thing, McGregor will come out and say how confident he is that Floyd is old, he is young. Floyd's never fought someone like Conor before. And all of a sudden, you sort of get on the McGregor hype train, or certainly a lot of people I know have, and they think he's got a chance. But then you've got Mayweather coming out, and Mayweather saying, I'm not as fast as I used to be. I don't hit as hard as I used to do. I'm not, you know, I'm 40 plus years old. I'm facing a guy nearly 20 years younger in his prime. I've not fought for 2 years. I'm rusty. He's feeding the Conor McGregor side to give him more, to make it look like a much more close fight than it possibly should be. And again, the perfect salespeople. Mayweather's almost selling himself short in order to get people interested and people to say, hey, maybe Mayweather doesn't actually believe in himself. you know, he's not sounding that confident. And that's how he's made someone care. Because all of a sudden, the usual cocky Mayweather, and don't get me wrong, he's still pretty cocky, but the usual like bombastic cocky Mayweather has subdued slightly, and he's almost like saying, you know, this might not be as close as, you know, as easy as some of my fans think it is. And that, you know, whether he's doing the sales tactic or whether he's being honest, we'll find out in about 3 or 4 weeks. But he's making people care. And that's what you have to do. You need to get people to buy into whatever your product is, to whatever the story is behind it, and ultimately get people to care. Why did they need your product in their life? They're the fundamentals to exactly what is going on with Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor's fight. And that is how I believe that you can bring this into your business and try and utilize it to sell more products. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button. Go and smash the rest of Monday and the rest of the week as well. I'll be back with you tomorrow, as always, for another Manc Entrepreneur video. And yeah, share this video with someone if you think they're going to find it useful. If you know someone running a business, maybe struggling with marketing, share this video with them. Maybe give them some fresh ideas. Also, subscribe if you are new. I post new content every single weekday. And with that said, I've already said it. Smash the rest of the week. Now catch you in tomorrow's video. Thank you for watching.